Happy Memorial Day. Had this unit dropped off by Barry. I'm sorry, Bailey. Doesn't look like it's in bad shape. I just disconnected the headlight wiring harness, but it definitely doesn't have compression. So they put a new spark plug in it, which is an indication that they may have already gone ahead and gunked something up there. What I was looking for is, and you can see here, try to pull you in here. I try to look for certain details and stuff like that. Let's take you off the tripod here a minute. So one thing I see is there's a cracked fin here. Looks like there may have been some critters living down there at one point. I was looking for any cracks in the blocks, and they're usually in the back of the block on these. They have oil in it, so I mean they very well could have picked this up alongside the road. I'm not sure. I don't remember what Bailey's story was. I talked to quite a few people, but it just feels like condensation there. So he already had the intake off of this for, I should say, for the carburetor. He was fiddling with the carburetor. I don't know if he's said something but about whatever he thought was fuel related, maybe. So let me see. Gotta pull out a battery here. And, give you a little bit more of a indication of what's going on. Put the parking brake on, so here it is. That spins way too easy. So there's definitely no compression. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna pop the. Well, I could do a leak down test without pulling anything apart, but we're gonna pull the valve cover. It's been a while since we had a valve cover issue, or I should say a lifter issue with a good old Briggs and Kraken, but it just doesn't feel like there's any compression at all, and we'll further eliminate that with a little chooch juice. Yeah, so the either the flywheel's cracked, which may be the reason for, or I should say the flywheel key, which would be the reason for the looks like a brand new PTO on the bottom of this. Somebody put a brand new PTO on it. Let me get a rag out because it's hard to see my driveway slathered in oil. I can find a rag. This will roll one. Or a piece of cardboard. Let's get a piece of cardboard. Rag's right there. Just try to keep some of that oil in there. At least on the rag. What a grab. Not a 3/8. Bye. No, someone may have already had the valve cover off too. That one was pretty loose. Yeah, that one too. Yep, so someone already had this valve cover apart. Because that just popped right off there. Those are moving. Whether or not they're closed. That one's, yeah, they're both, maybe they're out. Oh, that one's definitely way out. So someone fiddle farted with this enough to fiddle fart with it, and here we go. So these are like T15s or something like that. And here you need to crack the lock on these, and then you can back these in and out. We'll find top dead center. We'll pull the spark plug. Happy days. Oh, yeah, a lot of sighing today. There'll be a lot of sighing. I'm not even sure that that's the right spark plug for this. I can tell you that it seemed like the right spark plug. Suck it. But hopefully it'll be enough to yank it out real quick. Nope, too big. Too big. What size was that? Not the right size. Good old boy there. Brand new sparky plug. Old sparkler hitter. The fire creator. The masturbator. I get somebody who goes, oh, you can't do that. Do not do what he's doing. That is not the proper way. Not the proper way he's doing whatever he's doing. So that there is top dead center, also known as TDC. That one's not in the right spot. Oh, he's missing a. Shh, there it is. So it's missing a. Well, now that's weird. Did I leave the key on? I did. I'm already going tit 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 tit. All right, let me go find my. You know what the deal is. I gotta go find tools. I think I got it. And hang on here. I'll pause this. It's been so long since I've done this, I forgot where I even have my feeler gauges at. So, it takes usually like 0.004 to 0.005 or 6. And we'll stay with the, it's not loose enough yet. Guys, it's pretty tight on there. Alright, so get the old magic speed wrench out. And then 0.04, we'll go with 0.04. Better look at this. Am I on the exhaust or the intake? Oh said it's been a while since I did this. That should be the exhaust. Some of them are across though. And then the exhaust is usually on these guys like 0.7 or 0.7 or 8, 0.8. Alright, so sorry, there's some interruptions there. I'm gonna go, usually this is 0.7 to 0.8, somewhere there and about, if I remember. Again, it's been a while since I fiddle farted with these. And let me make sure I get the rocker back in there. If they don't stay free, you can get some grease in there too. I also forget what the torque spec setting was like. It was like 5 foot-pounds or 5 newton-pounds. I don't remember, but that definitely seems like it's going to have a little bit better explosion. So put the sparkerator back in. I didn't check the, we'll check the blah 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 at some point or another. Interesting, either mouse chewing's there or something's rubbing on there that's not supposed to be rubbing on there. And the do as I say, don't do this. We're not yanking it in there as hard as we can. We're just going to set the valve cover on here and see where we're at. Hopefully we have more fire, more firepower, fire. Sorry, I have ADD, Tourette's, probably on the spectrum somewhere. I keep asking for medications. Doctors keep saying no. I need a new doctor. I just want something to keep me normal. What is normal? Good question. Again, do as I say, not as I do. Don't do this by using a torquerator or the destroyer. Don't use the destroyer to do your dirty work. I'm not sure if it has better compression. Yep, so the next spot is oofed. So it would seem like we have compression, but again, because it looks like there's a crack here, dive a bit deeper. Pull the fan shroud off the top of this guy. See where the even if I wasn't, I mean, yeah, we can double check the settings again on the valves. And I can go out into the interwebs and look. I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty sure that the intake was supposed to be around 0.04 or 004, whatever it was, and you know what I'm saying. Double check. I used to have a chart out here in the garage. So it should be 004 on the intake and 007 or whatever on the exhaust. Let's double check this guy, make sure we're in the right spot, because that's weird. It's a weird, that's a weird. Is the piston not moving right in there? Sounds weird in there. So they called these Briggs and Krackens for a reason, because sometimes what happened was gas would, and it's not just this particular engine style. Kohler was, had the same problem. A lot of these guys with the gravity-fed gas and the alcohol specifically. Just trying to see. Yeah, look, that wasn't. That's definitely not right. Got a little bit too much space in there, not enough space in there. So maybe it just wasn't on the mark for top dead center. It's supposed to be a little bit past top dead center if I remember, but you can set it at top dead center. A little bit past. That's to set the detent mechanism. And that's tight, yeah, so we're a little tight on that. We'll roll this back out. Yeah, that one should be the intake. Don't want to get too tight, but you want it to be tight enough that. Okay, let's see. Tight. Enough. Kick that around. Between 003 and 004. No, but 005 should be too big. So we can't put a 005. Let's put a 00. Just barely fit a 004 through there. The exhaust one might be too loose up there, so let's go back to that one. Like I said, I think that's 007 or 008. Could be 004. Let's go with the 004. Some of the model engines, the exhaust was the same as the intake. So let's see if going with the smaller of the guys makes any difference. You can pull the compression tester out too, So usually these were so 004, 005 fits, 006, it's in there, 007. We'll go with my original thought process of it's a girl. She's been asking for a girl for a long time, right? I just want you, baby. What going on? That might have been a factory thing, but it's a lot of mowers. I remember seeing one before. So, let's see what kind of poppage we get out of the. I can put a compression tester on here too. Not at all. So I don't know. It's weird with this battery over here. The battery should have a lot more push. So yeah, see the valve, something's wrong with that whole valve. Cam gear shattered in there. Because look how loose that one got again. And I tightened that guy up. So I think the cam lobe is rolling around on the cam gear. I can show you maybe. I'm gonna throw a lot of that stuff out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's exactly what's happening here. Because look how much space is on that, and that's why that one dropped the well, the top one was missing the biscuiters for the. One more time. Yeah, we're at top dead center right now. And that bottom one, it's not loose. It was tightened. Unless something else is going on there that I'm missing, but I'm gonna say the cam lobe is spinning, and that's why I can't hold. That's why I can't hold the valve setting. So let's go back down to. Oh. So I feel like a nut 004, even if it's too loose or too tight. I mean, where is that at? Spectrum of the cylinder. So that's top dead center. All right. Just so you know, as I do. Broke the tip of my torque. That was nice. There's no compression. Should at least pop my finger. Both these are open. I mean, the lobe is definitely moving because these are getting wider as we go along here. I'm going to say, without going ahead and tearing the engine apart, I suspect the cam lobes are rotating maybe. Or pulling the head. I mean, the piston is definitely moving in there. Or the key's broken. So let's pull the top off. We'll look at the key. Let's look at the keyway. But it's weird that these lobes keep getting really far out, like almost like the cam lobes are not staying still. So and then it's getting wider and wider every time I adjust these. So the lobes feel like they're stripped. They're moving. Try this. So, have to grind it down. Let's back these off all the way. To see if there actually is a compression. No, so even with the it's weird. No compression, and even with the valves closed, I should be able to get like a pop out of the piston. So that's weird. Yeah, so we close both valves. I should feel yeah, there's pistons moving in there, so there's either a hole in the piston or a bad valve, stuck valve. Could be a stuck valve, so without pulling the head, or a stuck valve seat. But it is weird that they Any curiosity? Maybe these are already bent, but yeah, that was. But with both valves closed, I should be able to get a, you know, something out of the, yeah, the blah 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 guy there. Oh shit! Old box air filters I didn't even realize I had. So let's do the next spectacular test. Pause this while I set up before it. So with both valves closed and being at what I'm assuming is top dead center here, without the cars driving by. It's definitely coming out the exhaust. So the maybe the exhaust valve seat is stuck or not in the right position, but I'm gonna say the exhaust valve is stuck.